Hi Pisces, the full moon in Gemini is happening for you in the 4th house. This is related to home, family, private life, and emotional security. Let's see what might want to be illuminated over the next 6 months. Wow, I like that. The Palace of Wands. This is akin to the Four of Wands. A stable home, household that's creative, inspirational, spicy, and passionate. We have the Hangman, the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles. Really, with the Queen of Pentacles under the deck. Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, as well as Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and your energy of the Hangman. That is Neptunian energy, your modern ruler. And it's taking a timeout and a pause to evaluate something. There could be a sense of overwhelm with this energy headed straight towards you. These two knights are quite opposite energies. So you could be dealing with two people, or you could be dealing with somebody that embodies the energy of passion, inspiration, adventure, as well as stability, security, groundedness, and somebody that is reliable and trustworthy. The difference between these two knights in terms of partnership is the Knight of Wands is not reliable and the Knight of Coins is really quite trustworthy. And the Queen of Coins definitely demands somebody reliable, somebody stable, grounded, and secure, where they don't have to worry about them running off in the night. Here for a good time, not a long time. The Hangman is taking that time out to pause and reflect and evaluate the opportunities at what brings both the passion and the stability with the Palace of Wands. So let's get clarifying. What is the Palace of Wands for the Pisces collective? Wow, it's the Tower. Woo! Sudden messages. Okay, with the Page of Wands, you can expect communication coming through, and this communication is coming in hot with the Tower. This is a sudden upheaval, a disruption, something that might catch you off guard. It's interesting because this for me as a reader is Uranus energy, and Uranus is doing its final retrograde in Taurus, which is actually your 3rd house of communication. So there's something about this final retrograde that is closing up a cycle, a chapter in terms of communication. What is the Hangman? Oh my God. The Four of Pentacles, not moving. This is two energies of staying stuck, maybe out of stubbornness or maybe just out of fear of opening up and sharing emotionally. We are looking at the moon in your house of emotional foundations, and this is about emotional security. It's an energy of conservation, saving money, but also not really letting anybody in. With the Hierophant under the deck, there's some type of spiritual contract or spiritual lesson being illuminated around this. It is Taurus energy. We just talked about Taurus and Uranus doing its final retrograde in that sign, bringing some type of enlightenment around foundations, spiritual contracts, and higher levels of commitment. What is the Knight of Wands? It's the adventure cat. But they're here for a good time, not a long time. There is your Wheel of Fortune Jupiter energy with the Devil underneath. There's something awfully tempting about this person, very alluring. And temptation is the name of the game with the Devil and the Knight of Wands. But the wheel would indicate to me there's been cycles. This can be loops and repeated cycles. Jupiter is in your 5th house of creative passions and romance. It's going to be there till mid-2026. This could be a cycle you've been in with a certain somebody, where you feel very, very drawn to them with the Queen of Wands, spicy energy. Definitely who lives in the Palace of Wands. There's also something quite unhealthy about it, especially if it goes in karmic cycles without growth or resolution, just like loops. Doing the same thing and expecting different results. But what is the Knight of Coins? Oh, we got 2. Ugh. The 5 of Swords and Judgment. Whoa. Look at this. With the King of Pentacles under the deck, now we have counterparts showing up under the deck. Judgment, Pluto energy is blowing the horn on somebody's behavior. The 5 of Swords is the ultimate in selfish ass prick behavior. The gaslighter, the narcissist, the one that plays mind games. They do whatever they want and they don't give an F who they hurt. Judgment is definitely blowing the whistle on this, burning something down with the energy of transformation and having a wake-up call around it. Is it to be rebirthed or is it better left in the grave? It would appear the only way it can be rebirthed is if this knight decides to come in stable and solid and reliable. Somebody you can trust with the King of Coins. Hardcore. What is the Tower? I just noticed that this depiction of the Tower looks a hell of a lot like the Palace of Wands. That would indicate this household actually got blown up at some point. Why is this poking me? We have an Ace of Pentacles poking me with the Queen of Wands. Okay, what is the Palace of Wands in the Tower? The Ten of Swords. Something definitely came to a real hard stop, a very final hurtful ending. This is patterns of betrayal and backstabbing, knowing something deep down and following your intuition. Okay, it has to do with communication, Knight of Swords. And there's the Judgment energy again. Words have been said that have led to this final decision. And now we've got to pause. Hangman and the Four of Coins. The King of Wands has shown up now, looking over at these patterns of betrayal, seeing some karmic justice at the bottom of the deck. Libra energy. This King of Wands has not taken action, contemplating their next move. It could be the same person, this Knight of Wands. Are they going to have an epiphany to evolve, do the right thing, and become the King energy? They're examining this Ten of Swords very closely. What is the Knight of Wands in the wheel? The wheel in the sky keeps on turning. The Three of Cups. Ugh. Have we had a third-party situation that you shut the door on with the Seven of Wands? Three of Cups is typically an energy of celebration, but when we have this many people showing up, there's something funky that's happened here. What is the Knight of Coins and the Five of Swords with Judgment? This is a decision to do what is best for you. The Eight of Cups just came out. Saturn in your sign, Pisces, for the last time, for the next 29 and a half years. This is closing karmic chapters, shutting the door, having a turning point, and leaving the past behind. Leaving the dark days behind. Five of Cups, Four of Swords, taking time to reflect and heal, and walking away from energies that are beneath you. People and situations that didn't treat you with respect, put you in third parties, acted selfishly, only in their own best interest, letting it go. Let's get one more card for where this Eight of Cups is going. Obviously, they're doing some soul searching, looking for their 9th and 10th cup. But tell us about this Eight of Cups. My word. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune, duplicating itself. The Hangman, duplicating itself. The World, and the Devil. Seeing something very clearly, seeing that cycles of toxicity, karmic patterns, unreliable people, seeing that needs to end. The World is that Saturn energy, Saturn and Pisces in your sign, wrapping up karmic cycles, learning the lessons from them, and putting them to bed for good. Let's get a spirit animal oracle. Laying a solid foundation with the Beaver spirit. Bottom of the deck, the Ant spirit. Time to collaborate. Card number 1, starting from the beginning. The Beaver spirit has come to warn you to check for rotten wood in the foundations of your dreams. Makes sense with this full moon being in your 4th house of emotional foundations. It says perhaps you built your hopes on faulty promises or wishful thinking, that something would work out just because you wanted it to. Or maybe you made choices from the place of unworthiness. Beaver spirit says this is not a time to procrastinate, but a time to start building again. Always mindful of the foundation you were laying. And trusting that spirit is co-creating with you. So this is your reading, Pisces. I do hope it helped. If it did, please don't hesitate to like and subscribe, and I will see you again soon.